home cooking with Deb.
And Brendan.
And Lanie.
We have very, very special guests. Last week we had my other brother Barry up from Nashville, and this week we have my oldest brother Brendan and his wife Lanie. And we're going to do a little barbecuing this week. But Brendan's specialty is the barbecue, but what I'm going to have them both do, we're going to do some roasted peppers. We're going to do some, that was the dogs running through. We're going to do roasted red potatoes. And we have some olive oil.
We dyed them a little pinky.
We have
Yeah.
olive oil, and
Yeah.
we have paprika and marijuana.
Brendan.
Oregano.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Oh, look.
It's going to be a fun show.
She's trying to tell me this is oregano? Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
This is a family
She-
show, Brendan.
She buys it by
Bull,
the
boom,
pound.
bull, boom.
By the
That is
pound.
not oregano, I had to tell you. Just roll it up and you'll find out.
So what we're going to do, we're parboiled. We've cut up our potatoes. We've washed them really good. We keep the skins on for this. We're parboiling them right here in the on the stove, and that'll take maybe 10 minutes. Okay?
She says we, but it's really she.
This is a joint project, and we're going to have some fresh string beans with
Fresh string
some
beans right there.
right, and we're going to put some almonds in there.
Straight
when we
from the
get done.
farmer's mouth.
Right, and there's our potatoes. So when those are partially cooked, we're going to take them out and we're going to roll them into our little mixture here to coat them up, and we'll put them on our cooking tray and we'll roast
You've heard of hash brownies? Well, these are going to be pot potatoes.
them. We're going to pick this up again. Maybe we have to reshoot it. I don't know. In about 5 minutes, we're going to show him putting that. We've got a nice London Broil that is marinating, and we're going to put that on the grill. And we'll be back with you in a couple minutes.
Folks, there's really no trick to this. You just heat up the barbecue. Not to super high. This isn't my barbecue, so I'm not 100% certain about how it's going to cook. And all you do is throw it on there, basically, just like Julia Child would do it. And I asked my sister to leave it in the bag so that I could throw it in there, and all the stuff would just kind of ease on out, ease on down there. Wow, that's a big piece of meat, said she. Woo! Boy. Yeah, Debbie, that's going to take 20 minutes. I like to barbecue with the lid closed. I find that it cooks a little bit more evenly. A lot of people don't like to do it that way, but there's no accounting for stupidity. So I'm just going to close her up, and it's the most important part of this is that you check your damn watch, because if you don't check your watch,
You have
you
a
can
watch
be,
on.
you can really,
You have
we'll
a
see it.
watch
So
on.
here it is. It's 6:45, all right? Very important to know that. I'm going to check the meat in 10 minutes. Maybe turn it over.
There, I'm back.
Okay, it's now 5 minutes up, so we're going to just check the steak. The thing is, check every 10 minutes, first couple times, and then every few minutes. So, this is a really large piece of steak. So this is going to take a little while, and when they have a lot of play in them, they can use some cooking. So this is gonna. We don't have to check that for another 10 minutes. So we'll go back in, and it's now just about 5 of. We'll check it at 5 after. All right, that's it. So when I'm ready to turn this steak is when I'm going to put the chicken on, because the chicken's only going to take about 10 minutes. It's boneless chicken. It doesn't take very long. All right, back in the house.
So Brendan's got the steak well in hand out there, so we're not going to interfere with his thing. We're going to do that. The girls are going to cook the inside meals. So we've got our potatoes, nicely cubed, and they're partially cooked. So we're going to drain them really
And this
quick.
bowl is approximately 40 years old. And Debbie bought a whole set of pots and pans when she was a teenager. That cost close
$400
to
or
$500, and she really couldn't afford it, but the man talked her into it.
Right. I bought the whole pot. I said
Yep.
pots and pans, whole set.
You were 17.
17, and I couldn't.
Just what a 17-year-old needs.
Right.
It's
So-
like a full set of pots
So
and
I
pans.
came to the rescue.
So Brendan came.
Right. So when I couldn't pay for them anymore, I was desperate. I did not know what to do. He was, dunning me for money and everything. And finally I called Brendan and I said, Brendan, I'm in a lot of trouble. I have all these, I bought these pots and pans and I can't afford to pay for them. I'm gonna go to jail. So Brendan bought me the pots and pans. Well, this man who sold me these pots and pans said, these pots and pans are gonna last you a lifetime. Well, guess what? 40 years later, I still have the mixing bowls, and here we are.
The pots and pans are long gone.
They're gone, they were stolen. But I have.
They were worth so much money.
Yeah, they were so valuable.
They broke into her apartment.
They left
and
all
left
the gold jewelry,
TV,
all the diamond rings,
diamonds, the stereo,
all the drugs,
They took
and they took
pots
the
and
pots
pans.
and pans.
So, Lane, do you think we need any more olive oil in there? I think
It does soak up the
Little
olive
touch.
oil.
we'll do a little more olive oil. And you know, I always tell you, I only use the best.
Have you told us
Extra
what's in there?
virgin, like
Yes, I
we're
think we did.
extra virgins.
There's olive oil, parsley, paprika, salt, pepper.
oregano.
And
That's
some
that's the
oregano.
stuff that Brendan thinks is marijuana because it looks just like
No,
it.
that's the stuff that Debbie's saying is oregano.
Oh, so you think it is?
So that looks
Well,
pretty
we'll let
good.
you know after we eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So I think we can put that, we're going to put it on the cookie sheet now and spread it out nice and thin so that everything can get crispy. Think we have
We
enough for
want it
everybody here?
Crispy critters.
Right.
That's enough
Here's
for me.
some more good
Okay.
stuff over
Yeah.
here.
Stir that around. And we're going to put this in the oven on a low broil, and we're going to keep it fairly down into the middle of the oven. We don't want it to go too close because we have to wait for that steak. And Brennan tells me it's a 20-minute steak.
At
So,
At least.
At least.
so we're
It's
going
fat.
to low broil this, very slow. And by the time the steak is done, we should have these potatoes nice and crispy. Looks good?
It looks really good.
Okay, I think we're good to go. Perfect. And here we go, put them in the oven. And we'll be back when that steak is done.
Okay, everybody. So I turned this over already. This is a large piece of meat, and it's pretty close to the flame. So we burned it up the top here a little bit, and that's okay. It's no problem. It actually tastes good. And it's so big that I'm going to have to cut into it just to check it because there's just no way to know, to be able to tell. It's actually cooking pretty good. I think this part's pretty rare. This part's getting pretty well done. I'm going to turn the well done area toward the end, and I'm going to put Jeff's piece of chicken on here. It actually should only take about 10 minutes. And there we go. Pour what's left on top. And there we go. And like I said, I like to cover it up. So we're going to cover it up. We're going to come back and check it in 5 minutes. Chicken cooks fast, especially when there's no bone. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye for now. This side is pretty nicely done. The other side is a little bit more raw. Cut this. Yeah, it's looking pretty doggone good. It's a large piece of steak, man. Woo! That is done. So maybe we'll take that off, and we'll let the chicken cook for another few minutes. Turn it over. Look at that. It's a triptych. Wow, that's a piece of steak, let me tell you. Okay, chicken needs a few more minutes. We ill-timed it just a little bit. We could have put the chicken on sooner. We'll
Have a look at the steak.
So you have 8 minutes.
You
So-
guard the steak.
yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Because
Somebody needs to be looking at that
I
steak
know,
at
you
all
have to
times.
watch the
And it'd
dog.
probably be good if it got covered, Deb. That's
So
all.
now we're
Yeah.
back. We've got our steak ready. Here it is. Fabulous piece of
Yeah, it's looking good.
We've got our roasted red peppers all ready. I've made some string beans with toasted almonds. And let's check out now and see how our potatoes are doing.
Looking good.
They look pretty good.
Could they brown a little more?
They could brown a little more if you wanted
Crunch
them
up
to.
a little more?
Crunch up a little more. Would you
Because the
like me to
chicken's
do
going to
that?
be another 5 minutes,
Okay,
yeah.
so what we're going to
Anyway.
do, we're going to raise it up just the next level, and we're going to crisp it up, and that'll take 2 to 5 minutes. I should take this thing out of there. 2 to 5 minutes, and we'll be having dinner.
All right, sounds good. Martha Stewart
Got this.
did that.
So here we go. We've got this beautiful steak all ready to go. We made a slice into it, and look at that. Could that be any more perfect? I don't think so. So we're going to give it a slice. Now, you know with London Broil, you're supposed to slice it on an angle and fairly thin. So you do want to have a nice sharp knife. And you see how that's cutting. And there you go. Those are the slices that you're going to get.
Beautiful.
There we go. Brendan, thank
good,
you
huh?
so much for
Pretty
cooking that
good.
London Broil.
Because that's hard. A large.
Large piece
of
of
meat.
meat is really hard.
Yeah.
But we still have enough juices in there. Let's try it back
Yeah,
here.
and even Laney likes it even more well done than that.
That's
so you
fine
may
with
find
me.
a
The beauty of
place
this is that you
yes,
get
yes,
you're
yeah.
getting it all different you know, donenesses, whatever you call it.
That's it.
You're getting it all to different degrees of doneness. I don't know how to say that, but there it is.
It's got to be Golden's.
It's gotta be golden. Now, you know what? I think I'm gonna check those potatoes. I think probably, what do you think, Lainey?
I think they're done.
I think they're done.
I think they're done.
Now, that's nice and crispy. Brendan wanted them a little bit crispier. So, you know, tonight he's the boss. So we're just gonna plate them up on a plate. Pretty healthy dinner. Well, I don't know if it is or not. That steak,
olive
but
oil's
the
good
olive
for
oil
you.
is good. We've got nice fresh string beans with the almonds in it.
Peppers are really good.
Roasted
little
red
protein
peppers.
with our meat.
I think we're gonna have a
Got
pretty
some
nice
almonds.
meal.
Herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. We got it. Okay, as soon as Brendan gets back in here, we're gonna take it to the table and
It
we're
might
gonna
not
have
be
dinner.
done. Oh, it is done. He's got a plate.
Jeff, I don't know how to turn your barbecue off. It says off, but it doesn't go off. So it's done, and I cut into it to make sure because it's a pretty thick
Thick one?
little piece of chicken, but it's nice and it's going to be juicy. You don't
Alright.
want to overdo it because chicken gets dry really fast. I've dried it out many times, so I know. That's Jeff Bro's dinner.
Dinner, and look
And
at
this is what I'm going to eat. The girls are
There
going to
you
have
go.
the potatoes and the vegetables. All right.
All
Well,
right,
we can
I
chat
think-
down, but you need to
Okay.
turn the barbecue grill off.
Yeah, but I need
okay?
to thank everybody and close the show.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you so much for
Thank
being here and
you.
helping me cook this beautiful
Well, she
meal.
couldn't have done it without us.
No
No,
honestly,
we
way.
you know.
really did help.
So,
Stay
boy,
tuned.
it's all it's
Happy
beautiful.
tea.
Here we go. Stay tuned next time on
You remember
Home
the
Cooking with
Saturday
Deb.
Night Live
Cooking
show
with
where Julia
Deb.
Child cut her fingers off and stuff? Remember that just bleeding off?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that sounds
But we
like-
didn't make. I mean, no
Don't-
cut at all. Oh,
no.
wow. Oh my God, Debbie! Oh.
Oh my God, turn it off quick.